Welcome to part 4 of South Park The Fractured Butthole.
I can't believe I agreed
We
to
have
this.
some things to do before we actually, one, get ourselves a gender from Mr. Mackey. That's exactly what we're going to be doing today. And two,
Praise the Lord, little cookie
getting
kid.
a weakness from the Mosquito. Well, first off, we're at this bus stop that has DLC literally on the top of the in big bold letters. So that's basically where you're going to get your DLC. Also, that's where you're going to get 2 selfies. Now, there are some people in this town that you don't have to really do much with them. You just got to talk to them and you'll get a selfie from them. Also, there's the thing about Butters' house. Now, we can get a selfie from Mr. Stotch right now. I mean, later on we can get it after certain events, but still. Yeah, look at that look I have on my face, because seriously, Mr. Stotch and Mrs. Stotch, wow, they are a couple of bastards. And speaking of bastards, that stupid alarm clock. Even after I turn off the damn ringer, it's still beeping. Anyway, all we need to do is just get a selfie with Mrs. Stotch. But let's face it, both of the Stotches are just outright bastards. Specifically Mr. Stotch. Well, actually, Mrs. Stotch toned down some, but Mr. Stotch got worse. He's constantly grounding Butters for just about everything. But later on, you'll actually get a bit of revenge. That's all I gotta say about that. But for the time being, you can come to the bathroom, you can either use the toilet or check the drawers to find a Balchinian chin sack. But whatever the case, there is a certain device here in this room. You're going to need a buddy ability for that. And that buddy ability will end up revealing a very conspicuous picture of Mr. Stotch. Oh, and that room? That is Butters' room. It's locked for a very good reason. Whatever the case, folks. Oh man, I need to come back here later because I, for some reason, forgot to get that Yowie poster. I just realized I forgot to get the Yowie picture that was right there. Or was that Butters? It looked like a Yowie picture between Craig and Tweak. But whatever the case, we're going to the school now. Well, on the way there, we could actually go over to Bebe's place. Because Bebe's place is actually a market now. And also is available too, because half of the houses you see here was not even on the original game. You couldn't just waltz into Bebe's house because Bebe's house wasn't there. Now then, gotta be careful. Jimmy's house is still surrounded by lava for now. We gotta work on that a little bit later. And then there's this poster here which you could take. I just realized there was no Yowie, but you can still pick that up. Because I do believe that is actually junk that you can use to make costumes. Oh, and I found a divine amplifier recipe, which I'll eventually craft. Nope, actually I'm going to craft right now. Because I actually do have the stuff I need to craft it. And one of these could actually rank up your crafting skill to level 2. As a matter of fact, I could craft another one just to rank it up to level 3. But because we need to be at level 8 to start crafting a lot of stuff. I think the max level of crafting is 20 if I'm not mistaken. Ah, that almost crafted up to level 4. Might as well do it again. Let me see if I can craft more. Okay, now I'm pushing my luck. So I'm going to need a level 6 crafting in order to actually get an upgrade to the Divine Amplifier. And by the way, all these I'm trying to think of the word, but artifacts. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. All those artifacts I'm crafting, eventually they're gonna need upgrades. And also, I can't get into Kevin Stoley's house because of the fact that that is under a lock and key, and you're gonna need a buddy ability for that. Let's see. Okay. We could come to Bebe's house, which is where we're going to be going anyway, because Bebe actually has a shop, and I do believe there's a couple of people that need selfies. Well, you can't really selfie with Bebe's father until you actually meet him in a specific place, and the same thing with Bebe's mom.
Welcome to my man cave, kid. Well,
But
more like my man cave.
actually, let's see. We could go down to the basement, too. Might as well show that off. Because you actually do need an ability to reveal what is in the basement. See that right there? That needs to be, dealt with by a buddy ability. But that buddy ability will reveal a map that will show you just about all the locations of all the yaoi in South Park. There's 40, however, there's actually 41, but you only gotta collect 40, because the last one is with Thomas Tucker, Craig's father. Speaking of yaoi, there's one of them right there. So, if you buy a recipe from Bebe's shop, which is the witch circlet recipe, you might want to buy that, and you try that on, which I'm going to do that off screen. You're going to actually be able to take a selfie with Bebe. However, I forgot that you have to actually craft the Scarlet Witch costume for Bebe in order for to actually get the selfie that you need. But I'm actually giving a selfie in a shark suit, so it's kind of hilarious. But I could do a selfie with Wendy, so I just walk up to her and get a selfie done with her. By the way, you don't have to do a selfie with Wendy later on in the game if you do it now. So that's why I'm taking care of that problem. Let's just pick up a few things. Raid a few items. And there's not much left to do in Bebe's house. Let's just go straight over to the school. I mean, it looked like I'm taking my time, but I'm actually not. For you see, the reason why this part is long, there is a really good reason for this. And it's not just because I'm dawdling around searching for stuff. I'm going to try to cut that to a minimum for the next couple of parts. And I'm going to avoid these jerk-offs for now. They're going to be shown probably, like, part 6. Just to give you a taste of what these guys can do. There's actually an item in there, and I'm not going to deal with it for right now. But there's also this. Another fast travel. So now I can actually fast travel straight to the school.
Congratulations, new kid. Your fast travel system is fully good to go. Find more stations to expand your network. And when you get into trouble, Fast Pass will be there. Bye.
You know, I kind of find it funny that Jimmy is actually the Flash, but nonetheless, Fast Pass is actually unlocked, and he is pretty much the speedster of the group.
Oh my god.
I mean, you can switch out eventually once you get like more than 3 party members. But for now, we have a selfie with Mr. Adler, which we have to stay still for 5 seconds. Okay, that's a little obnoxious, but you have to stay still for 5 seconds just so you don't screw around. Now, the janitor, you have to wait till day 2 to take a picture with him. But you can take a picture with Jesse and Annie right now. thing is, there's two people missing in this game. And they are Mr. Garrison and also Heidi.
Sure,
Two
I'll take,
reasons.
10 selfies
One,
a day.
Mr. Garrison is, by season 19, President of the United States. Yeah, he's pretty much President Trump. No, not pretty much. He is going under the persona of President Trump. And he is currently wanted by the Canadian police. I.e. what Ike has been knighted into. Yeah, he's become a Canadian knight. And speaking of being wanted by the Canadian police, or the Canadians in general, well, Mr. Garrison's the reason why you won't be able to go into Canada later on in the game. Because the Canadians will actually wall off the whole... No, have already walled off the place by the time you get there anyway. So there's that. And now let's talk to Mr. Mack.
Oh, hi, you're the new kid, right? Oh, great, thanks for coming. Have a seat. As your counselor, you can talk to me about anything, okay? I understand you want to talk about sex. Okay, see, I'm highly trained in, sex issues, okay? And you don't have to be afraid. Okay, new kid, it's really simple. When you want to talk about your sex, you can start by simply saying, I'm a boy or a girl or other.
Oh dear Lord, this song. But whatever the case, folks, you have three choices: male, female, or other. I'm gonna choose female because it's the only thing that gets a different cutscene.
You're a girl? Okay, we were all under the impression that, can you just hang on a minute? I need you to call your parents, okay? Just take a second. Hello, this is Mr. Mackey, the school counselor. Yes, hi, I have your child here in my office, and, well, your child has just let me know that, she's actually a girl? Oh, you knew that? Okay. Well, no, of course, it's fine. It's just, I believe everyone was under the impression that, he was a boy. I mean, she was a boy. Okay, so the whole king and stick of truth thing was actually a girl the entire time. Okay. Yeah, no, that's great. That's great to know. I think I can really maybe be of help from here on out. Thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye now. Okay. Okay. Well, this is a shocker, new kid. Perhaps we should clarify exactly what you mean by a girl. Now, someone like your classmate, Baby, well, she's what we would call a cisgendered girl, okay? Meaning she was born a girl. But there's also people in this world who identify as something different from what they were born with, okay? And we call those people transgendered. So, do you identify as being cisgendered or transgendered?
Believe me, there is a reason for this. It doesn't matter which one you pick, because trust me,
Take your time.
what happens next is gonna be fucked up.
Okay, well, great. I mean, it would also be great if you weren't cis, but okay. Just be careful, okay? Because there's a lot of people out there who don't accept you for what you are, and then you're gonna have to deal with them, okay? So, but come see me anytime.
He's not lying about the gender change, nor is he not lying about the people who wants to kill you because of what you are. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. But there is something I forgot to mention. Heidi. Why she isn't here? Well, she was in a abusive relationship with Cartman, and I do believe she thrusted herself off of a bridge at the end of season 20 because of how abusive Cartman was to her. And the only reason Cartman and Heidi ended up together is because of Skank Hunt 42. Oh, we'll meet Skank Hunt 42 later. Much later. Like, at the end of this day later. Because there's like 3 days in this game as opposed... No. Just like South Park, The Stick of Truth, there is 3 days there, too. We're gonna meet Skank Hunt 42 on the 3rd day. But it's thanks to him that Cartman ended up in a relationship with Heidi in the first place. But to be fair, it was also Heidi's fault because she flashed her vag at him. That's pretty much how they met. But whatever the case, folks, I'm just grabbing some stuff here from the gym so I won't forget it. I'm still going to have to go back to Butters' house because I think there was a Yowie picture. But whatever the case, it's time for us to step outside of the school. And the moment we do, well, trouble happens.
Well, well, well. If it ain't a cisgendered girl.
We don't take kindly to your types around here.
Let's welcome this thing to our town.
Oh dear God, it's the Rednecks. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna punch
These
you
are the
straight,
same guys
just
who
like I did
complain
Dale
about
that one
someone
night
taking their
Ready to
jobs.
pummel enemies
These are
and
the same guys who
mutton
chased down Randy and Michael Isaiah for saying the N-word. These are also the same guys, mind you,
America. Love it or
who had a
get your
problem
ass
with
kicked,
Alexa
socialist.
stealing their jobs.
That settles it. Beating your
And
kids
more
up is
importantly,
definitely
now they're
right.
attacking you because you just identified yourself. Regardless of what it is, they're going to attack you. It's all based on the dialogue tree. Anyway, it's in your best interest to put some sort of bad stat on these rednecks. If you manage to land a combo, because their truck is right there, mind you,
Our brutalist is getting brutalized.
that would make things absolutely easy for you. But these rednecks
whoop you like
can
your daddy never
actually hurt like hell.
You okay, Super Craig?
Sure, I'm
I
fucking
mean,
fabulous.
one combo done to the human kite, and he's lost about 25% of his health. So yeah, bear that in mind. It's the one redneck with the bottle. The other two rednecks just throw stuff at you or try to punch you. They're nowhere near as bad as the redneck with the red hair. And honestly, I should have used that for Kyle as opposed to using that for me. Because I honestly don't need it right
Here I
now.
go.
But I will use the shining
That's
hate
okay for ya.
finger on that one redneck here, which will make him enraged. Because I do believe he also has a telegraph move where he throws, I do believe a beer can at you or something.
Is that a sonic boom or just their jaw cracking?
Well, whatever the case, this guy is about to go up next, and he is once again attacking the human kite, and oh, he's almost dead. That is
Okay,
not
let's see what you got,
good.
new kid.
Let's finish this off, or finish him off.
Rooting friends forever.
Alright. We have the other two
That sucks
rednecks,
for you, new kid.
which they're actually easier than the one with the bottle. The one with the bottle is actually pretty tough.
Well, that's no fun.
But
We got to finish this.
thanks to Clyde's shining finger, he blocked the hit. And let's just go on ahead and use the kite laser on these guys. And ooh,
Says I changed my
ultimate.
mind.
Definitely want to use that. So I guess I should use it on this redneck right over here. That'll pretty much kill him. By the way, I wasn't kidding when I said Strike was a ultimate attack.
That worked.
Because he just one-shot at that redneck. And I had to pause again because it was a 10-minute time
Take
limit.
things fast.
But whatever the case, you want to try to keep your health full. Or do whatever it takes to stay healthy. Let's move a little bit closer to the human kite.
Dice Daewoo Hybrid.
And let's give him a burrito for good measure. Because he's going to die in the next turn if he doesn't.
I needed that.
And I'm blocked. Shit. Well, I'll just wait next turn. Human Kite's gonna finish it off if he doesn't get grossed out. Okay, I'm just gonna end my turn. It'll come to a point where you're gonna end up being blocked.
Kinda hoping we can wrap this up.
But it's okay. This last hit's gonna finish
Are we
him.
done here?
And that's the end of the Rednecks. For now. Yeah, it's that keyword for now. And we actually got a hate forge for that. It's an artifact, by the way. Oh well, go figure. So with that said, the Rednecks have been defeated. And now we can go on ahead and go to the next area, which is... we're going to Raisins. Now, here's the problem. Due to the lava being in the area, we have to approach Raisins from a different location. So that means we have to literally go through the alleyway, because I shouldn't use literally in that sense. We have to go through the alleyway to take a shortcut through Raisins, just so we could go and save, or at least go and meet up with Clyde. But at least for the most part, like most of the stage is not cut off, just about a good portion of it.
Go change your diaper.
There's certain areas I can't go through yet, and there's also certain areas that, well, I can go through.
Move along, we're creating chaos.
Oh, and by the way, make sure you get the fast travel on Main Street. And there's a selfie with Wendy's mom here.
Okay, sure.
So you might as well just take one.
Wendy be surprised?
Wendy's dad, you'll have to find him later on in the game, because he's in a restaurant somewhere. And Wendy's mom, I gotta say, Wendy's mom is kind of a bitch. You want to know why? Because she is actually the owner of the Crack Baby Basketball Association. I'm not kidding. Oh, and by the way, in order for to get that chest, you're gonna need the ability of, yeah, Crack Baby Athletes Association. That's what that is. Anyway, you're gonna need the powers of, Tool Shed in order to drain the jacuzzi to get the key out. And that's a terrible looking jacuzzi. She looked like she shit in the jacuzzi, really.
Your mother picked...
I'm sorry, that did not sound right, but that's what it looked like. Oh, we don't need to go to D-Mobile yet. We're going to end up going there anyway, but not right now. Yeah, make sure you take some stuff out of the locker, but there's this one P.O. box that you can't get to just yet.
Hello, little miss.
And we'll deal with that later. There's no yaoi picks here. For now. No, there's no yaoi picks here at all. What am I talking about? But there are member berries.
Oh yeah, remember writing letters? Sure, remember writing
Oh, these guys. The member berries... How shall I put this? They are, without a doubt, one of the most despicable villains I've ever seen. How are they despicable? All they've done is practically ride on people's nostalgia. Oh, and by the way, this guy, if you have all your classes unlocked, you'll be able to take a selfie with him. But since you don't, you'll just have to wait. But as I was saying, there's about 15 member berries throughout this whole entire area. The member berries are responsible for mind controlling everyone. Oh, there's a cheesing valve, by the way. They're responsible for mind controlling everybody to watch Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Because J.J. Abrams tried to ride on nostalgia and almost took over the world. But that's the thing. Everyone was so hell-bent on trying to find out who Skank Hut 42 is that the member berries managed to not only take control of a lot of people, but also completely diverted the fact... Oh, and don't go to MFC. If you do, without that special ability, you're gonna die. Anyway, what I was saying. Oh, yes.
That's Raisin's new kid. Mosquito must be inside. Get in there, but do not be tempted by their amazing wings and hot bitches.
The member berries had everybody hypnotized to the point where the ads pretty much took over the world. And by the way, there is a a branch of member berries right there, so
I remember that.
if you happen to come by Raisins and you see these member berries, pick them up. I think there are about 15 of them, or maybe 20. I don't remember because I haven't gotten them all either. Because I think I missed a couple of them. But now we're in Raisins, so let's go get the Mosquito.
Hi, welcome to Raisins. Just one of you today? Well, come right over here, cutie. Over here, hon. One of our Raisins girls will be right with you. Isn't he just the cutest thing? He sure can eat a lot of wings.
Yeah, so then I flew into the sky and I beat up all the bad guys.
Wow, I didn't know mosquitoes could be so tough.
Yeah, well, ever heard of the Zika virus?
Another plate of wings, cutie?
Sure, just put them on my tab.
Big spender.
Hey, beat it, kid. These are my women's. What superhero are you? Wait. Oh my god, the mission! My fellow superheroes! I've completely forgotten! Back away, temptresses! Mosquito knows what you were trying to do!
What are you talking about, kid?
The Raisin Girls are Mosquito's kryptonite. You gotta get me out of here.
Well, okay then, here's your bill.
I think not. You tried to charm me. I will not pay this bill.
You have to leave a tip, asswipe.
They aren't going to let us go without a fight, kid. Let's do this!
Alright, it's time to face off against the Raisin Girls. Now, the Raisin Girls made their debut when Stan broke up with Wendy for the second time, because they broke up the first time. But this is also the debut of the Goth Kids in that same episode as well. However, the Raisin Girls introduce a new bad stat, which is Charm. Because of the fact that the Mosquito is charmed, he's going to attack you.
So strong.
I didn't really talk about the bad stats because most of the bad stats carried over from the same game. The thing is, you don't have the screwed status like you did in the last game. Or the AIDS status, for that matter. But you could actually take a look at the bad stats of certain characters. Thing is, there's one thing you can't do, and that is when enemies are on fire, you can't use farts on them. Because back in Stick of Truth, that would garner extra damage for every time an enemy is hit with a fart. Yeah, it'll do gross damage, but they'll also take burn damage as well. I'm gonna go on ahead and knock out these Raisin Girls right here because
my two black mouth parts are a game
yeah, that combo was pretty decent.
Okay.
Too bad I gave one of them a black eye. But in this case, Clyde is actually in the wrong here. Oh, I one-shotted that one. Yeah, Clyde should have actually paid his tab first before leaving the area and diving and dashing. So it's safe to say that Clyde is an idiot. He did, after all, try to, what did he do? Oh, yes. Use the Nazi zombie virus, or should I say, Nazi zombie serum, to his advantage, and it ended up backfiring on him tremendously. Oh, I just cut that out because, again, 10-minute time limit, and I was in the middle of the fight. Yeah, I basically was in the middle of the fight and I had to stop for a second and restart it. But yeah, Clyde was responsible for spreading the Nazi zombie serum throughout the entirety of the town and used it to raise a zombie armies to take on the new kid and pretty much all of the United Forces of the Drow Elves and the Kingdom of Koopa Keep, along with the Goth Kids and the girls, basically. Yeah, I might as well just use, wait. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on ahead and use, Zika Rush on the new kid so I can gain myself some more abilities. Not more abilities, more like gain health on,
I'm all revved up and ready.
Game health on the Mosquito, while the new kid will snap out of being in a charmed state. And I'm going to also finish it by using Fast Pass's ultimate. Yeah, sorry I had kind of a blah moment there, but with that said, the Raisin Girls are down and out. However, we got ourselves yet another random encounter to face. Yeah, we end up getting a coffee cup for an artifact. Too bad we can't use it right now because we only got one slot.
Come on, this is our chance. Oh, those witches are my kryptonite, and you must have saved me just in time. I'm forever in your debt. But, hero, what is your kryptonite? Dude, you can't be a superhero without something that you're powerless against. Any particular phobas? Any emotional hang-ups? I mean, come on, there's gotta be something. Look, it's okay, I'm on your team, but, kid, you can tell me. Alright, let me see your character sheet.
Well, whatever is here, you can't actually get weak against. You can put whatever you want. It'll show no purpose towards the game except for the fact that you have a weakness. Unlike a certain someone.
Yeah, old people can be so gross with their wrinkles and wisdom. Check. Great! Job done! Your kryptonite is officially noted. No, Mosquito must be off. Call on me if you should need me, Coot Brand.
Well, at least we got the only party member that can actually heal himself. And now the game will show you how to swap allies, seeing as how we have more than one of them. Well, actually more than 3 of them. And you can pick whichever one you choose, so long as they're in your group of selectable friends.
Hey, Butthole, you're doing great.
And now that we've finished getting ourselves a weakness,
secret mission for you. Head over to the new taco
we
shop
have
on
one
Main
last
Street
thing to do, which will be in the next part, and that is go to the taco stand to get the taco. But whatever the case, folks, we'll be handling that in the next part. Not to mention, we'll be running into some rather savory characters, actually. Well, actually, we're going to be doing that first. And by savory, I mean we're going to be running into a couple of priests. Oh, boy. As if Nambla wasn't already running the things in the last game. See you guys next time.